Hello, welcome back to just another opinion media review. And today's media is The Killer's Game. Stars Dave Bautista. He's a hitman. He gets tasked of going to places and taking people out, as what a hitman does. He takes this guy out, and then the other main actress is kind of looking at him because she's a ballet dancer, and she kind of like. She kind of like gets kind of like, I don't know if turned on is the right word, but she's kind of like, oh, who's that guy? And then Dave runs away, and he has some type of a dizzy spell or something, and it's progressively getting worse. And so he ends up escaping. He goes to the doctor. The doctor says, yeah, we'll take a look at this, and then the ballerina like falls in love with Dave, and they start to make a romantic relationship while Dave never tells her. His name's Joe Flood, I like just saying Dave, but he makes a relationship with her, and while he's doing that, he's still doing hitman jobs, and like I said, his dizziness spells are getting progressively worse. The doctor tells him, yeah, you don't have much longer to live, and so he goes to his agency and says, hey, I want you guys to put a hit out for me. His agency's like, yeah, we're not going to do that because we know we like you too much, and it's not going to be good. So he goes to the opposing agency. He's like, hey, I want to do like a big hit on me. And so he's like, give me 24 hours, and then after that, and they're like, oh, okay, And in this world, Joe Flood's like the hitman, and everybody else is kind of like, yeah, we're not gonna fucking go after him. And well, because Terry Crews, he gets the first bid to it, and he's like, yeah, no, fuck that, I ain't going for him. So, Dave sends a text to his girlfriend saying, hey, just so you know, I can't be with you. It'll make sense in a few hours or a few days. Basically, I'm not gonna be with you. And so she's kind of like heartbroken. And then as soon as he sends that text, he accidentally sends that text out. And as soon as he sends it out, the doctor calls him and says, oh, hey, by the way, no, you're not actually dying. That's for somebody else. So Dave's like, wait, what? And he's like, yeah. Your name and his name got mixed up. So I think you just need to fix your neck, and you should be good to go. So Dave tries calling the agency. He's like, hey, I want to take that hit off. And they're like, oh, nope. Once you did, we're going through with it. So the hitmen show up. He takes them out, and then he figures out that his girlfriend's gonna be in trouble. So he calls, says, hey, get out of town. And as she's about to leave, Terry Crews, grabs her with his new underling, and he's like, yeah, this is how we're gonna get Dave to come to us. So Dave ends up running, kills a couple more hitmen, and then he gets to, I think, then he goes and gets his neck fixed, like the agency that he works for. They're like, oh yeah, let's just we'll just crack your neck, and it almost looks like they snap his neck, and he's like, wait a minute, I can see now. And he's like, yeah, everybody's fucked. So he goes to like, I can't remember what, it's someplace. I think it's someplace in Ireland or Scotland or something, somewhere over there. And he sets up this in this castle, and all the other hitmen come in. He kills all the other hitmen, and then Terry's like, yeah, we got your girlfriend, and he's like, and you come out here, and she's fine. It's my word. So the agency that sent the hitman out, now she's like, because she didn't want to cancel the thing, she's like, no, I want you dead, because David killed her father, so now this is like personal, like this is like backstory from like years ago. So once they send in a militia, and the militia is trying to kill Dave, and the new underling while he's watching the girl. She's like, "Oh, I need to get out and pee," and he's like, fine. Then she like just finds a stick and smacks him, and then she takes the car, runs Terry over, and then her and Dave escape. But she ends up getting shot, but they don't know it at the time, so they have to stop at a church. And Dave's like, "Yeah, I may never get a chance again, so I want to marry this girl." And the priest is like, "Well, you have to confess all your sins." And so Dave, I don't know how long is there, but the priest is like, okay, that's enough. So then the church gets destroyed by the militia coming in, and Terry Crews coming in, and Terry ends up, I think, somewhat helping Dave, but not like really helping him. And so he ends up killing, Dave ends up killing the militia guys, and then Dave's agency goes over to the other agency, and then he's like, "Yeah, you broke the rules. The number one rule is you can't have a militia do a hitman's job." So then he kills the lady, and then Dave gets married with all the money that he got, and so he gave them all that money, put it into the church. Happily ever after, they leave. Yeah, it was a pretty fun movie. The first I put the movie on, and I wasn't really paying attention to the beginning, because it started off like really slow. So I was just kind of like looking at my phone while I think I was moving stuff around in my room, and then once the action started picking up, then it was like pretty good and funny. The kills, so there was one kill. Oh my! I've seen it. I think I've seen it before, but like he ends up breaking glass, like a wall that's made out of glass, and this lady's like doing some flips, and he like grabs her, and like he just takes her neck and puts her like right on the glass is still there, and just like drags her across. I was like, oh, that was probably like the one where I was like, holy shit. That was a pretty good kill, but most of the kills, they had like CGI blood, and the CGI blood was just kind of, I mean, I don't need to see like practical blood. I'd rather see no blood and just imply that somebody gets stabbed than seeing like a splash of like digitally blood flying on a screen. It's like, yeah, okay, that's kind of lame. But I mean, and then the church part was funny when they got to the church, but it's like, if these dudes are chasing them, like I said, I don't know how long he was at that church, but they should have been there by, and just a nonchalant, like, well, because they shot the car, and so they know what car that they're driving, and they park it on the side of the street. So I mean, if you're a militia guy and you're driving down and you see a abandoned car, well, they're gonna be on foot, most likely, unless they they could have, I guess, maybe stole somebody else's car. But it's like, okay, well, they had to be somewhere close, So that was the only kind of part that I didn't like in the movie. This movie reminded me a lot of Bullet Train, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was an influence on the movie, because it was kind of like one of those where it's like there was kind of like quips, and the guys were kind of the bad guys would have kind of quips. There was like two guys on motorcycles, they were brothers, and he's like, "You killed my brother." He's like, "Yeah, I know, he was annoying," or something like that. But otherwise, it was a pretty good movie. I'm gonna give it a green. I'm gonna make a video. So I believe before this episode comes out. So this is all gonna be, if anybody ever watches, but I'm just gonna do colors instead of doing like a recommend or whatever. I'm gonna do like green is like recommend, yellow is kind of like it's half, or not half, but like it wasn't bad, but I don't know if I'd recommend it. And red being bad, and then I'm gonna have like yellow, green arrow up, yellow, green, or yellow, red arrow down for like I probably wouldn't recommend it. It's like being worse. And then green, green up being like, yeah, I kind of would recommend it, but I'm not gonna force somebody to go watch it. So I give this a green symbol. I don't know. I don't want to do like what the I want to do like green arrow, but now playing, they do green arrow. I think they do green arrow and brown arrow or something, like brown arrow being down and then green arrow being up, and then yeah, I'm gonna kind of do something similar where it's just like, yeah, okay, watch it, don't watch it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, as I'm a little rusty. It's been almost half a year since the last episode that I've done. Maybe even fully a year. I don't know. Guess we'll find out when I upload the video. All right, see you guys next time.